right, AM 1420 WIMS, Talk of the South Shore, and we are at, hey, you're waking up now, July 11th, 2016, 8:38, that's 9:38 in the Eastern Time Zone, and we're filling in Dave and Jeff Santana for Ric Federighi all week long. Julie will be in studio with us throughout the week also. And 75 degrees outside right now. We've got guests in studio. And again, we're talking about this play. And this is, we got people here, again, from the South Bend Civic Theater. Yep. And their next production is going to start July 22nd. It'll be 2 weekends, 22nd through the 30th. And they're putting on the production of Mary Poppins.
Yeah, so you may have heard of it.
A couple times.
You may know a little bit about
If you haven't heard of Mary Poppins, you've been living in, the bubbles.
If you haven't heard of Mary Poppins, all the more reason to come up to see the show, right?
Okay.
It's Fridays and Saturday nights at St. Patrick's Park. That's out in South Bend. All of the details are on our website, sbct.org. So it's southbendcivictheater.org. Ticket prices are all on there. If you get tickets ahead of time, they're only $15. But at the door, if you wait until the day of the show, they're about $25. And we're doing this thing this year. This is actually our second show at the park. Last year we did Fiddler on the Roof. You may have heard of that one as well.
Neato,
family favorite, right?
Sure,
but we're doing this thing where you can pre-order a chicken tenders dinner box. So if you get your tickets ahead of time, for a total of $25, you get your tickets to the show. It pays for parking, and then you get like chicken tenders, chips, a cookie, bottle of water, and you can just come out, have a one-stop shop, enjoy your dinner in the park. We'll cook, we'll clean for you. Cool. Enjoy the show under the stars. And so I wanted to bring a few of the actors here. I've got Don, Art, and Emma. You know, they'll be talking about their characters, their show, why they like working.
Well, let's do it. Jump right in there, you guys. Tell us. Okay, Art, that's your name?
Yes.
All right, sir. And tell us what do you do in the play, and how long have you been in theater? Give us a little background.
I have kind of an interesting
you can move
story
it in
with that.
Pull it up if you need.
There you go. I was working nights, and my children had gotten into the theater, and I promised them that if my shift ever changed, I'd get back into it. And when it did, they held me to it. So last year during Fiddler on the Roof, my wife and myself and my two daughters were all in the show.
Okay.
So, and this will be my fourth show in the last year with the Civic.
Excellent. So it's a family affair.
Family affair. Yes,
Nice.
very much so.
Excellent. And again, we were talking with your name again?
Emma.
Emma. And Emma is 11 years old. You've been in theater now for 7 years. And you probably played a number of different parts in different shows, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. How about like behind the scenes? Do you ever get into helping with scenes or costumes or things like that? Or are you just all in front of, or up on the stage, I should say?
Well, the majority of the time I'm on a stage, but I want to start getting to like a assistant stage manager and stuff like that.
Right out to her.
I like shows because it's fun to see rehearsals and then dress rehearsals and then the show. It's cool to see it progress.
Oh gosh, yeah. Lot of preparation, though. A lot of rehearsing. A lot of hours are spent and time spent reading your script, and it's not like you can learning. Yeah.
Well, and we're being a civic theater. It's all volunteers. So, just this past weekend, we had cast members and other volunteers from the community coming out to load in all the scenery and props for Mary Poppins. A few weekends ago, we actually built all of the scenery and painted it.
Okay.
We do have staff at the theater, but they rely heavily on a lot of volunteer work, and that's how we keep things going. We not only act, but we do other parts of it too.
Everything. Yeah, I'm one of maybe less than 10 staff members at the theater, but we about closer to 15 or 20,000 audience members come through and see our 14 shows a year at our 2 different houses. And so, like Art was saying, the designers, 99% of the actors, a lot of the directors, everyone, all the costumes are being altered by people that are coming in, and they do it because they just want to contribute to the art.
Just so our listeners have an idea of what goes into it. When did you start production on this particular, on Mary Poppins?
Like rehearsals and all that.
Auditions for this one were in April, right? And then you guys started rehearsing
June 1st?
beginning of June?
Yeah, right around Memorial Day. Yeah.
Right.
So that's about a month and a half of rehearsing before the big show on
how
the
many are in
22nd.
the entire production?
It's closer to 40
Yeah.
in this production, and I think the youngest cast member is like 6 or 7, and then all the way up through older than me. You know, I'm not gonna
No,
bust
no,
everybody out for their age. You know, we're all having fun though, so that's the important part.
absolutely. No, we were talking, and Dawn, chime in anytime you want to, but we were talking before. There's the unique thing about this is this production's going to be outside.
Yes, yes.
Just out in the open. No stage.
Well, there is a stage. You open up the side of a barn,
Yeah.
you know, like, and it's a renovated barn. It's
Okay.
not just like some random barn that just had animals in it. We shoot them out, like it's made for the stage. So there's some lights in there.
It's not going to smell like poo, is it?
Well, I can't promise anything happens on the grass if people bring dogs. But the stage is pretty clean. We're going to be flying Mary and Bert, and I believe the Banks kids as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Emma's playing Jane Banks.
Okay.
You know, so we're gonna be flying some folks through. You know, I can't give away too many secrets.
No.
You're gonna have to come out to the show and see it yourself. But yeah, John, tell us a little bit about the space there. You've been outside way more than I have. I'll come out to take pictures and leave, and you guys are working hard out there, sweating, rehearsing in the
we
afternoons.
started rehearsals last week on this stage, and Emma over here has already flown a couple times, I think.
I'm going to have to get you right up on there, because I'm not even getting you on the view meter right here.
No,
Okay,
it's a
there
really
you go.
wonderful facility. If any of you are familiar, we used to do the Firefly Festival out there. Lots of big groups used to come through and use the facility. The South Bend Symphony Orchestra used to play there. Hasn't really been utilized much in the last few years, and so South Bend Civic Theater and St. Patrick's Park have kind of teamed up together to get the community used to going out there and using the wonderful facility that it is. So you can bring your lawn chair, I think, or a blanket,
blankets.
a picnic, or buy the good package there.
Yeah,
Chicken snack 'em packer or
Yeah,
whatever.
like we'll have the chicken dinners, but there'll also be a few other vendors out there. I believe Fiddler's Hearth, it's the local Irish pub. They're going to have some food out there. The Olivet AME Church, they're going to be providing desserts. You know, and I believe the Walk a Dog Cafe is going to be one of the other food vendors available. I haven't even mentioned that our sponsor for I feel like a NASCAR driver here, a Ricky Bobby fan, if you're a fan of Talladega Nights. But our sponsor for the Mary Poppins production is Merrill Lynch, Matthew Kahn. They have sponsors for each
Merrill
show.
Lynch?
Yeah,
Sure.
and they've helped us out, their production sponsor, and they help underwrite some of the costs for the show. So since we don't have a lot of paid staff, and like the actors are volunteer, that the costumes, the materials for the sets, a lot of that stuff is paid for by community partners.
Just
So
the scripts are.
yeah, we have to pay for royalties.
Yep,
You got to make
that's
copies
true.
of stuff. You got to get all the good things out there. We have to pay for the venue sometimes, you know, for having other folks come in. So yeah, big thanks to Matthew Kahn out at Merrill Lynch and doing that, and even just giving us the opportunity to do these types of shows. You know.
Now, what's, again, you guys are from South Bend, so Eastern time zone. What's your curtain time in the evening, and do you do a Sunday matinee too?
John, all right, you want to feel this one?
So curtain is 7:30 p.m.
Right, and that is Eastern time.
That's
Yeah,
Eastern time,
And
okay.
it's just Friday and Saturday night. There is no matinee show.
Okay.
6:30 our time.
6:30, yep,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, get out there early. Yeah, you can enjoy. There's a lot of things to do. Like the Fischgrund Amphitheater is part of a larger park there at St. Patrick's Park and for the St. Joseph County Park System. And so there's hiking trails out there. There's picnic areas. There's playgrounds. There's all
You
sorts
bring
of
your own
things.
chair to sit in, or you said, or
Yeah, there's some lawn chairs. Like there's specifics on the St. Joe County website, which I'll be posting on our Facebook
Okay.
page. Which, if you do have a Facebook page out there, look for South Bend Civic Theater. If you're a big Twitter, Instagram poster, all the social media stuff, I'm that guy. I'm the
Okay.
marketing guy.
Cool,
So all
because
these
something
pictures.
we can't share with our listeners is you showed us a picture.
Right.
That's an awesome looking facility.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you
Oh,
say
yeah.
it hasn't been used much. Has it been refurbished recently? Because it looks brand new.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I'll post it even on the WIMS page. You
Okay.
know, like we
Great.
have a lot of the details on our website, sbct.org. You know, it'll show you ticket prices, all those things, and also upcoming shows that we have coming up. Since we are actually having an open house and auditions tonight. From 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time at our main theater building at 403 North Main Street. They're in downtown South Bend. If you're not familiar with the area, check out the website. It gives you directions on how to get to the theater since there's some construction going on downtown. They're converting some streets from one-way to two-way streets, so it gets a little hairy. But we are auditioning tonight and tomorrow night for 3 upcoming productions. One of them being Legally Blonde, the musical.
Yeah.
You know, it was based on the movie with Reese Witherspoon, and it translated the musical really well. And then there's also another play called The Weir, and that's about it's essentially telling ghost stories in an Irish pub.
Oh, okay.
So I get to brush up on my Irish accent.
Irish.
Not an Irish accent, but I get to brush up on my Irish accent. Try to audition
That's
for
a
that.
good shot of that.
Right? Everything's going to sound like a leprechaun that I say. It's because I'm shorter, but it'll be fun. And then the third play we're auditioning for is called The Mountaintop.
Uh-huh.
It's by Katori Hollins. Actually, it's a It's kind of a stylized reimagination of Martin Luther King's last day. It takes place in the Lorraine Motel before he was assassinated, and Dr. Martin Luther King is talking to a hotel attendant. And I'm not going to give away too much because it's a really dramatic piece. But we are having auditions. Even if you don't want to audition, come by the theater, take a tour. You know, you can learn a little bit about the 2017 season. We may even be giving away a few titles. And we might actually be, if you show up, whether you audition or not, you might be able to win tickets to the 2017 season. So tell your friends, it's 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time at South End Civic Theater. You can find information on our Facebook page. But I will bring the folks back around to Don and Art and Emma here, since they did so graciously join me so early for us out here. You know, actually, whether they got out here earlier than I did, they were waiting on me. But I'm just glad they're here because it's one of those things that we don't get to talk about theater a lot, and some people are like, "Oh yeah, theater, like movie theater or amphitheater." I'm like, "Oh no, fun music, singing, playing, and dancing."
And I'm looking at your schedule here for 2016, man. You guys are hard on it from March all the way through December with a play each and every month.
Oh yeah, we do. We actually printed those. You're looking at the season business card there, and we actually our first show, which was the Music Man. Our Music Man was our first musical of the year, and that took place that started at the end of January.
Okay.
And so there was, we do about 14 shows a year, 4 or 5 musicals, a few plays. We do, we have an education program that does kids shows. Like we did Aladdin Jr., which actually I believe Emma was Iago in one of the productions. Crushed it out there. And it's Aladdin Jr., so it's an all kids cast. So everywhere they had one cast of just high school students, and the other cast was, I think, like 6 years old, high school age, and they sing all the songs, they do all the choreography. You've got Aladdin jumping across the tops of buildings on set pieces in the stage. It's insane out there.
That is awesome, man.
Emma, do you want to say anything about Aladdin Jr.? And now you've done other shows like that before. Do you like plays or musicals more?
Musicals more.
Yeah, they're more fun that way? Yeah. And now, Dawn, are you more musical or?
I'm more in musical theater, but I do enjoy straight shows as well.
Yeah, they're good times. We do a variety of stuff, and art. Yeah, let's see. There's all sorts of heavy hitters here.
Yeah, you know, I mean, of course, I'm in a musical theater, but we are patrons and season ticket holders, so we enjoy going to see, you know, whatever the Civic is put on.
Yeah, there's a variety of stuff. Some of the classics like Music Man, like Mary Poppins, but also like newer works. Like earlier this year, I got to direct a play called Water by the Spoonful, which is written by, oh gosh, I forgot her name, but her last name is Hudas. Chiara Alegria Hudas, and she had teamed up a few years ago with, you may have heard of this guy, Lin-Manuel Miranda. They wrote
That's
the
easy
musical,
for you to say, mister.
they wrote the musical In the Heights, which won a few Tonys back in 2008. And for some of the listeners out there, Lin-Manuel Miranda's kind of his name is on the rise for audiences that aren't necessarily musical theater folks because of the Tony Award-winning musical Hamilton. So we like to keep our patrons up to date with some of the new playwrights and book writers out there, and we like to expose some of the different audiences to different shows, whether they are straight plays or musicals. So it's one of those things, but sometimes you got to have a big, fun, family-filled adventure like Mary Poppins out at the park at the end of July. So we're really happy to do that.
And I can't remember if we did make mention of this, but if you're not one that wants to be on the stage, you guys are always looking for volunteers to come out again and maybe help with the sets and all the things that have to go on, not on stage.
Everything backstage. Yeah, all the unsung heroes. Actually, all 3 of you guys, you've all at some point have volunteered backstage. Tell us more about that.
I was in the costume shop 2 days ago, so not really sewing, but helping out with some craft projects that we'll be wearing. But it's not just auditions tonight and tomorrow, but it's also a volunteer fair for anyone who wants to work in any aspect of production in the theater.
Yeah, we're always looking for new ushers, folks to help build us. If you have construction experience, painting experience, even if you don't, we'll teach you how to use a screw gun. Here's a paintbrush.
Exactly.
We'll help you out.
And you know what we've heard before too, because we've had quite a few local theaters here, and we've had people in studio before, and it does seem sometimes that the person that starts out says, "There's no way I'm going on stage.
Right.
No way."
And then 5 plays later, they're playing the lead.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can't get them away from this.
Right.
Oh God, it gets in your blood. It's there.
Right? Yeah. And that's the way it should be. I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, any thing else that you guys want to part with? Again, we've got about 7 minutes. 8:52. You are listening to AM 1420 WIMS, Talk of the South Shore, and we're visiting with these theater peoples from the Civic Theater of South Bend, and their next upcoming production, Mary Poppins, July 22nd through the 30th.
Oh yeah, definitely. For you guys are in the show. For people, whether they've seen Mary Poppins somewhere else or they haven't, what do you want them to know, or why should they come see our production this year?
Okay.
Because you guys are in it. First,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. We're in it. Actually, it is a great family venue. If you're looking for something to do on a Friday or Saturday night, and take the whole family, and something that everybody's going to enjoy. The stage play is not exactly the same as the movie.
Right.
There's a few different songs, a lot of action, but enough that you could keep your toddlers to
Right.
teenagers, all of them involved in the play, and everybody have a good time. And you know that's what this is all about, is having a good family night out.
Absolutely. Sounds great. And folks, take advantage of that buying your tickets early. There's a substantial savings there. You can call 574-234-1112 or visit them online at sbct.org for tickets.
Awesome. Jeff, Dave, thank you guys very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, you guys. That was a nice surprise.
Like this.
Nice to meet you.
Yep, I'm glad that we could help out and promote this for you.
Yep.
We appreciate